dimensional formulae and applications we are discussing here. So now here this what are the uses of this dimensional formulae means? First of all, we have to know that they are used for converting. First thing is to convert one system of units, to convert one system of units to another units into another system. That is SI system to CGS system, CGS system to SI system. Such a type of conversions we will do here. Conversion from one system of units to another system of units. Now, here this is the one use and dimensional formula. Why we are learning all this dimensional formula means the first thing we can say that to convert one system of units to another system, because we have SI system, CGS system, like the different systems are there, FPS. So if you want to convert from one system of units to another system of units, the easy way is that is the dimensional formula methods. Okay then. Second one is about that is a dimensional formula which we are using can use for check the correctness of an equation. Check the dimensional consistency, we can say. Check the dimensional consistency. Dimensional consistency of a given equation, What is this checking the that is a dimensional consistency means? Here actually suppose for example they are telling that kinetic energy is half mv square. They told kinetic energy formula is half mv square. We can't give the information about half, whether this equation is correct or not. They are asking this equation is correct or not. We can check that half mv square and kinetic energy we can check means here half is not eligible. Dimensional formula we can't verify this half is a constant, so we can't discuss about that. We can just check LHS kinetic energy dimensional formula and RHS mv square mass and v square, it is correct or not. We can verify, but we cannot discuss about half is a constant, so some limitations are there, so those limitations we'll discuss later. So that is suppose z is equal to some x plus y. Is this equation correct or not? Z equal to x plus y. Dimensionally correct or not? Dimensionally, I'm saying it is dimensionally correct or not. To check that, to verify LHS and RHS, we use dimensional analysis. The next one, very important one for objective point of view, that is deriving relation among physical quantities. So to derive the relation between the quantities, physical quantities, suppose simply they have given time period, length, and G they have mentioned. And they ask what is the relation between these three quantities, time period, length, and G. What is the relation? So we can write the relation as T is proportional to root over L by G. We can have this derivation, T is proportional to root over L by G derivation, we can derive. So actually time period formula, we know that T equal to 2 pi root over L by G for simple pendulum. Actually see this time period means related to our simple pendulum it is originally. So here T equal to 2 pi root over L by G, but I cannot bring this 2 pi. As I can't bring this 2 pi, what I am doing here means simply I am taking it as some constant T equal to K into root over L by G. So here the problems are there, some limitations are there. Those limitations, everything will go ahead later. So you have to understand what is the third one is deriving the relation among physical quantities. So now we are going to discuss mainly about these 3 points. The first point is to convert one system of units to another system. Second one, check the dimensional consistency of a given equation. Third one is deriving the relation among physical quantities. Let us see the first one. What is the first one we told? The first one we told it as convert one system to another system, one system of units to another, one system of units into another system. So observe carefully about this one now. So they are asking us to convert one system of units to another system of units. Here we are giving the relation like this. N is proportional to U. You have to analyze this term. N is proportional to U. This N is called numerical value. N is called numerical value. And U is called unit. How unit and numerical value are related means inverse related they told. Sir, how to understand what is numerical value, why you are telling unit and all these things, how to analyze, sir? Means nothing here. Carefully observe. Suppose simple example I will take. 1 kg is equal to how much? 1 kg is equal to how much? 1000 grams. We can write 1 kg as 1000 grams. Suppose kg and gram I have taken for example. So here 1 kg, here kg is a unit. Kg is a unit. And gram is a unit. Comparing kg and gram, which is a large unit, big unit is kg. So kg is here big one and gram is small one. Kg is big unit and according compared to the that kg, gram is very small unit. Small unit. Gram is small unit. Kg is big unit. So your gram is small unit. Kg is big unit. So now beside kg, what is the numerical value is there? That is very less compared to the numerical value beside gram unit. So your gram is less beside that numerical value, beside that this is a unit gram. It is a small value. Gram is small value means beside that numerical value is large. Numerical value is large. So here this value is more. And here if you observe about 1, this is a very large unit. So large unit means beside that numerical value is small. Numerical value is small. So from that you can understand numerical value is inversely proportional to unit. Numerical value is inversely proportional to unit. Whenever you are taking the numerical value n, that is inversely proportional to u. Both are inverse related. This is the information what we got from here. So now how to apply this one? Let us take one example. That means application part. We'll take one example also and we'll discuss here. Here we told that N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Here okay, N is numerical value and U1 is what? That is unit. U2 is unit. So U1 and U2 are they are related to same physical quantity. Same physical quantity. They are related to same physical quantity. That means here we are comparing the same physical quantity, numerical value and units. See, for previous example, what I have taken here, 1 kg equal to 1000 grams. Both are related to mass. Kg is related to mass, gram is related to mass. So kg is related to mass. Gram is also related to mass. So both are related to mass, I am telling. As both are related to mass here, So what happened? The physical quantity is same. So unit U1 and U2 have same dimensional formula. So whatever the dimensions here for U1 and for U2, same dimensions. Let us write here in the place of N1. Okay, you leave it as N1. dimensional formula is suppose m power a, l power b, t power c. Here also the dimensional formula will be same. M power A, L power B, but T power C here we have. What is the difference then? What is the difference in the two? Here the quantities of mass, length and time are not same. Here mass, this one, M1, L1, T1 will take here. Here also M2, here L2, T2. Because maybe this system is SI. Suppose for the example, the system is SI. This system is CGS. In SI means mass has to be taken as kg, length has to be taken as meter, time has to be taken as second. Okay, here what happened in CGS, suppose this is gram, centimeter and second. Like that, we are taking the formula here. I hope you are clear how to handle. By using this formula, we can solve the problems and we can convert one system to another system. Next. Now, dimensional consistency. Second part we told it as. Second part in our topic is dimensional consistency. Dimensional consistency verification. Dimensional consistency verification. This is our target. So dimensional consistency verification means, suppose they have given one equation like that. For example, V is equal to U plus AT. Is it dimensionally correct or not? First you take this one, LHS. LHS. What is LHS term? What we have? V. V means velocity. Dimensional formula what we have? L1 T power minus 1. Yes, this is dimensional formula L1 T power minus 1 we got. What about U? U is also velocity. In RHS what we have? U plus AT is there. So U means this is also dimensional formula what we can write L1 T power minus 1 because it is also velocity. AT is there. Take care here. AT. A, if you observe A, what is the dimensional formula of A? A dimensional formula is L1 T power minus 2. A is acceleration. Acceleration dimensional formula L1 T power minus 2. And what is the dimensional formula of T? T is time. T. T is again time. Combining these two, I can write it as L1 T power minus 1. So you observe carefully now. Here also L1 T power minus 1 LHS. In RHS, we have each term is L1 T power minus 1, L1 T power minus 1. All are same. So LHS, LHS term, RHS term, both are same. So everywhere, this is L1 T power minus 1, this is L1 T power minus 1. All the terms in RHS individually are L1 T power minus 1. On LHS also L1 T power minus 1. From this information, this equation is, total equation is verified. Like that, we have to verify. The next method is deducing. We can write like this also, deduce relation. Reduce relation among the physical quantities. I already told you, suppose for example, I can take time period. They told T is the time period, L is length, G. What is the relation between them? We don't know. Among these things, what relation is there? So take one term LHS side. Suppose T, I am taking LHS side. I can write T is proportional to L power X, G power Y. You write like that first. L power X, some G power Y. Some constant powers, we don't know what powers will get here. Always among these three, one term you take LHS side. Proportionality symbol. RHS side, you keep these terms L, G and powers, you write X and Y. So if you remove the proportionality symbol, I can write T is equal to some proportionality constant K. K is proportionality constant. No way linked with our dimensional formula. Here X and Y are also constant. X and Y are also constant. Now our aim is to find the values of X and Y. The values of X and Y. So now in this information, T is equal to K into L power X, G power Y. So let us observe. First LHS here, what we have? T is time. First I'm taking the time term. M0, L0, T power 1. So here what is RHS terms? RHS terms is equal to K is constant, and after that L is there, L power 1 whole power X. G is there, L1 T power minus 2 whole power Y. This is the equation I frame. So in LHS, for each physical quantity, for time, for length, and for G, I have written the dimensional formula. K, no need to write. K is a proportionality constant, and we don't have that knowledge with us. So I'm taking the next page here. What I have written is actually here T is equal to K into what we have, L power X, G power Y. T dimensional formula I wrote M0, L0, T1. And is it that K dimensional formula just nothing to write because a constant, and L power X means I can write it as L power 1 into X I can write, or simply L power X, and G I can write it as L1 T power L1 T power minus 2, L1 T power minus 2. This is the acceleration due to gravity dimensional formula. That means to analyze this one, to derive the relation, we now have to know the dimensional formula of all physical quantities. First, compare. Here there is only M term 0 here, and there are no M terms. Leave it about M term. Compare L terms. Compare L terms on both sides. Compare L terms on both sides. So compare L terms means we are observe carefully. What is the L term here? L power 0. Here L power X. Here L power 1 into Y. Y. So compare L terms here. L terms here. L terms related to this one. So here 0. Here 1 into LHS is 0. RHS 1 into X. X. Here 1 into Y. Y. Powers we have to add. So X plus Y. So what I understood is Y is equal to minus X. X and Y, they are related like that. Now, my next step is compare T terms. Compare T terms. So now when you are comparing T terms, what is happening here? Observe carefully. Here, what are T terms here? Observe again T terms. T power 1. Here T power minus 2 into Y. Minus 2 into Y. So I can write here 1 is equal to minus 2y. 1 is equal to minus 2y. So LHS it is 1 and RHS minus 2 into y minus 2y. So from here y is minus 1 by 2. So I got y is minus 1 by 2. Observe the two relations. Y is minus 1 by 2. Y is equal to minus x. So from here, as y is equal to minus 1 by 2 and y is equal to minus x, from these two relations I can write minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus x. X is equal to 1 by 2. Actually, what is the relation we have written there? T is proportional to root over what we have written there is, sorry, T is proportional to L power X and G power Y we have written. Later we told that is a constant T equal to K, L power X and G power Y. And now we got the values of those. So T is equal to K into X value minus 1 by 2. So L power minus 1 by 2. Sorry, plus 1 by 2. X value plus 1 by 2. Y value minus 1 by 2. Here Y value minus 1 by 2. So Y power, Y means minus 1 by 2. So in the place what we have here, G power Y, that is G power minus 1 by 2. So from this information, clearly I can observe, I can write T equal to K into L by G whole power 1 by 2. Or I can write T equal to K into root over L by G. This K value will get from experiment. So we can't explain this, the constant what we are getting, but we can get the relation between the physical quantities like this. T is equal to K root L by G. So this is the information how to get the relation between the physical quantities. Relation between the physical quantities, how to handle. This is the method. So in today's class, we discussed actually total 3 methods. The first method in dimensional formula, what we discussed is convert one system into another system. So for that formula, I can write what the formula I have. N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Remember, N is numerical value, U is unit. Here numerical value is inversely proportional to unit. Big unit has small numerical values. And from that, what we came across, we have checked that one problem, that is this is the formula what we can handle. I have given the information. And after that, I'm checking dimensional consistency of given equation V equal to U plus AT is correct or not. This is the method we discussed. And after that, deduce relation between time period length and G. We got this method. By using this, we got the equation finally as T is equal to K into root over L by G. We can't get the K value by experiment only we have to get. So only we can derive the relation between physical quantities only without any constants there. So T equal to K into root over L by G. So this is dimensional verification. These are the 3 methods in dimensional formulae. 3 methods for dimensional formulae. I hope you are clear with the methods of dimensional formulae. So here we have to discuss further about dimensional applications like equation of homogeneity and its limitations. Everything we have to discuss further.